Right, this is episode 6 of Frontier in Space. So, the reason we're recording this one, not the previous ones, is because something happens. I don't know what.
Well, I don't know. The thing is, I could have recorded your reaction to the Master turning up in this.
You could have. Which happened in episode 3, by the way.
But your reaction was basically, oh god, of course.
Well, I mean, but you knew that something like that would be, the Master returning is not sort of that big of a shock.
Finale there. What do you reckon is going to happen in the finale that you could want to know?
I honestly don't know. Good. Right, let's find out. Okay. Here we go then.
So what do you think of this one so far?
It's pretty good. Like you said, it is very reminiscent of Star Trek in some places. Especially that Spock looking guy. It's enjoyable. It's a good one.
You've heard this noise before.
Yes, the fear sound.
On the fear centers deep
The sound
in
of
your
fear.
body.
It's going to be this cool.
Yeah.
It's not real. It's an illusion.
Then we shall have to try a part of this crime.
It's not real. It's you. It's the Master.
You cannot shut your eyes. It is impossible. Let's fire it on harder.
It's not real.
Perhaps here you can
It's
listen.
It's you. It's the Master.
Keep it on.
I thought that one before it was a single.
It was a mutt from...
Oh yeah, mutants. As you said.
It doesn't work on me anymore. Yes, you do, don't you? Never mind. You can't win them all.
What has he won?
I'd have to think about this.
He's not won anything, he's right. He's never won. He's been locked up a lot in this one, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. Should have called it cage.
That's what they did with the flower. They made that.
I can't get it back on course, sir.
Is there anything
It's malfunctioning.
online that says that this was inspired by Star Trek?
There's damage to exterior.
Is there like any connection?
Let me go outside, sir.
No idea.
Because I mean, the familiarity, how much General Williams looks like Spock. They had to have seen Star
Oh yeah, I'm sure they were. They were both inspired by it. I'm sure there was lots of crossover between both of them.
Yeah, but the fact that he looks so much like Spock and all the, the creatures in the ship fighting and just. Yeah, it makes me want to go back and watch it again. Star Trek. It's been a lot of years since I've seen one. Is dragons meant to be like a shorter term for draconians?
Yes.
Couldn't they just say like Dracos or something?
It's supposed to be like an insulting term.
Okay. Even though it still seems a bit odd. Dragon, draconian. Doesn't sound quite right to me. Yeah, how many times have there been like breakouts? Well, there might have just been the one. I'm really thinking, what could there possibly be in the final part?
Maybe there isn't anything.
I don't know. I really can't think.
Maybe it's just a really good last part.
Maybe so. Good enough to raise the score, but I give it.
Can you get her to a closer off? Take her away. And this time, make sure that she's properly
Well, there's the explanation for the mud or whatever it was.
Rule number 1: use
2 seconds to go.
the protagonist's weapon against them.
Yes, I know. This is it. We should be going
Rule number 1 of being a villain.
What is that signal?
Yeah, I suppose rule number 1 would be know your protagonist.
Yes.
One dominant life form, a large and savage reptile.
Yes. Well, let's hope we don't encounter one.
Doctor, has it occurred to you what we're going to do when we discover the source of this signal?
I've no idea, old chap. We'll find out when we get there.
What? Just thinking about what we said, a large reptile. Hmm.
A ship!
Hmm.
Somebody else seems to have received the message.
I did think it was weird, the Master sending out the message after we'd seen that the Doctor and everyone arrived.
Remember what you said about Ice Warriors?
So here you are at last, eh?
Surrender or you will be shot down.
I've brought some old friends along to meet you.
It's not the Ice Warriors.
Quite a reunion. You don't seem very pleased.
Whoa! What? I knew it all along!
You guessed it right at the beginning as well.
I knew it! I told you! Not only was I right, whoever said it was right.
Joe. It's Joe.
It was Joe.
No, not yet.
Oh, it all makes sense. I can't believe it. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated.
What? Thank you for what?
Oh, so now they've
That
got
surprise that I
didn't do it.
I expected it, but I didn't expect it.
Darling creatures.
Sounds like John. Probably it is.
Probably was, yeah.
That's interesting. That 101's deepest fear is the derelict.
Well, he tampered with it. It might not be the deepest fear. It might just...
What, so you can
Alright.
specifically tamper it so that it makes people afraid of Daleks?
Maybe.
We'll see who rules the galaxy when this is
I believe it after everything we've seen.
I congratulate you.
Oh, dear me. It was very sudden. Swear if the Master's inside.
No, it must have run off.
Ah,
What's he doing?
Telepathic circuits. Sending a message to the Time Lords.
you can't just end like that! No! But of all the abrupt endings, this story has some of the most irritating and out of nowhere ones.
Let's say that's finished now. Frontier in Space is finished.
Yeah, I know.
But the next one follows on directly.
Thank
So it's sort of
goodness.
like a 12-part, really.
Right.
But it's only
Okay.
2.
So should I judge this on its own?
Yes.
Or should I wait? Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically completely different, but it follows directly on.
Right. Am I allowed to know what the next one's called?
Planet of the Daleks.
Right.
I think it's fair to assume that the Daleks are going to be...
Right. Okay.
That's
Of
the
course.
last appearance of Roger Delgado as the Master.
Yes, of course. Well, I must
Wow.
say, even though he did appear a lot to the point of it getting a little repetitive, no, he did a good job as the Master, I think.
He was going to return
But obviously,
after this for John
Good.
Pertwee's very last story. It was going to be called... I might be getting this wrong. It was going to be called something like The Final Game.
okay.
Something like that. And it was going to end where the Master sacrifices himself to save the Doctor.
Oh, wow, that would have been a good ending.
Yeah. But
But
they
of course,
couldn't
they
do
had to
it.
change it. Wow. So, I'm guessing there's not going to be any more Master appearances.
Not that one.
Well, I mean, you said the Master run off.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, and if the Planet of the Daleks is a continuation, we'll see. We'll see, won't we? I mean, obviously the Master is a Time Lord, so he could regenerate, but we'll see how they handle that. Yeah. As for this story, Frontier in Space, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Although I did think the endings were a bit abrupt. Yeah, they didn't feel like endings.
Mm.
You know, like the end of episode 5 where the Master's like talking about how it reaches into like your fear nerves or whatever. It's like it's one of those parts where he's like explaining how something works,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel like it's meant to end at that point.
Yeah.
It feels like it cut him off. It's like,
Yeah.
this is how this works. Once I press this button, the end. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, but apart from that, it was good. It did feel a lot like Star Trek, as you said, and General Williams. That can't be a coincidence. They had to have said, you know what? Let's just do a little bit of a nod to Star Trek and make him look like Spock. They had to have done.
I don't know.
You know, I'm gonna look more into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as for scores and statements, a very fun Star Trek-like adventure with annoying endings.
Okay.
And I'd give it. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. We can stop the recording. The Daleks came up.